Okay, good afternoon. It's 2 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you for taking some time out of your busy day to call in on the conference call this afternoon. We're going to be talking about how to create a real estate bio. My name is Amanda Stem. I'm the operations manager here at Weidel Real Estate, and I do appreciate, like I said, the time that you're taking to listen in this afternoon. As always, a recording of the call will be posted on the hub for your reference afterwards. And if you think of any specific questions after today's call, please feel free to email me at astem@weidel.com. Also, if you'd like to follow along with the how-to sheet that we've prepared and uploaded to the hub, if you want to take a minute now to go to the hub and look under the skill development section, there is a how-to under the how-to section that says how to create a real estate bio. To eliminate the background noise during the call, I am going to mute the participants, but I will give you guys the opportunity to ask questions at the end of the call if you have any. So I'm going to go ahead and mute the rest of the callers now so we don't have too much of that background noise.
All participants are muted, but may unmute themselves. All participants are muted and may not unmute themselves.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about creating a real estate bio, and the first thing that we're going to discuss is what the purpose of creating a real estate bio is. And for that, we're going to refer back to our selling philosophy, which is that selling is about giving. And I'm going to read a little bit about that right now. The biggest inversion of all, the greatest upside-down misconception about sales, is that it's an effort to get something from others. The truth is that sales at its best, that is, at its most effective, is exactly the opposite. It's about giving. What makes a great salesperson great at sales is that he or she is wholeheartedly interested in the other person. Genuinely great salespeople are not great because they have mastered the close, or because they give a dazzling presentation, or because they could shoot holes in a customer's objections from 50 paces. They are great because they create a vast and spreading sphere of goodwill wherever they go. They enrich, enhance, and add value to people's lives. They make people happier. So how are you going to be involved in wholeheartedly listening to your clients if you're busy selling them on you and your skills as a real estate professional? Are you going to be making someone happier by reciting how many years you've been in the business, or how many homes you've sold, or reciting a long list of letters to represent all the designations that you've earned in the business? While these things may set you apart as a real estate professional, they don't necessarily fit with our selling philosophy. But there's still things we want our clients to know. To make people happy, though, you have to give them the opportunity to talk about themselves. They're happy when they get to tell you about their interests and their needs, and they're happy when you listen. Real estate is a relationship business, and we're establishing relationships with our clients. We're building trust, and that does depend on knowing something about the person you're working with. I know I like to know a little something about the people I work with, and especially in the case of one of the most emotional and biggest financial transactions of my life. The real estate bio is a tool you can use to convey the things about yourself that make you an outstanding real estate professional without spending too much time talking about yourself. So what types of things should you include in your real estate bio? That can be difficult for people to determine, whether or not you're brand new to the real estate business or if you're a seasoned veteran. It's still hard sometimes to think of things to tell people about yourself and to convey a story that you want people to know in a brief amount of time. Your bio is a story about yourself and what you want to present to your clients and anyone who might work with you. So some of the things that you want to include, and these are included on the how to create a real estate bio sheet, so if you want to follow along there, you can. So things you want to include are professional credentials. If you're brand new to the industry and your experience has not been real estate related, then you can leave the industry out. Instead, talk about related experience. For example, if you were a nurse for 15 years, you could say 15 years experience serving customers' needs. Something else you'd like to include would be skills. and you want to choose skills that you've gained in other work experience that also apply to real estate. Those skill sets could include negotiation, customer service, leadership, management, marketing, training, or counseling. And don't forget about the skills that you've gained through charity work and volunteering if your professional experience doesn't include some of those skills. The other things that you can include are professional affiliations. NAR, NAJAR, PAR, your local association, your MLS, relocation, SRES, ePro, Leading RE, institute certifications, CRS, MRP, SFR, or any other designations you might have. They might not mean a lot when you're just listing off the letters like I mentioned earlier, but it is things that you've worked to enhance your professional capabilities, so they are good things to let your clients know about. The last thing that you want to include is some personal information about yourself. We are building rapport with our clients, we are building trust and building relationships with people, so a good way to close your bio is a brief description about your personal life. In this case, you want to think of FORD, which, as you may remember, is a part of our 5-step calling process as a way to develop common ground. FORD stands for Family, Occupation, Recreation, and Dreams, and it's just an acronym to help you remember to establish those common ground experiences, to ask people about their families, to maybe mention yours, to ask them about their job, and their dreams and things that they do in their free time. The bulk of your bio is going to cover your occupation, but at the end it's nice to include a brief description about your family's hobbies or interests, anything that's going to set you apart from other agents. Again, especially if you're new to the business, it can be difficult to think of things that you want to include. On the back of the how-to sheet is a questionnaire that gives you some ideas about how you can frame your story. Remember, even as a new agent, you have professional affiliations, including the multiple listing system, local, state, and national associations of realtors, as well as Leading RE. Some of the questions included on the worksheet on the back of that page are like how long you've lived in your community. So regardless of whether you're new to the business and have a lot of experience, that's something that could be relevant to potential clients. Another is, why did you choose a career in real estate? That's a good opportunity to give them an idea of why you've chosen this field and how you can be of assistance to them. You can also mention how your previous experience has benefited your current practice of real estate. So this worksheet is just meant to trigger some ideas for you. You can fill it out and then get an idea of how you want to frame your story after that. You can use a couple of different formats for your bio. You can use a narrative that just tells the people a little bit about yourself and your experience, or you can do it more like a bullet point resume. It depends on how much you have to include and what you're trying to convey to possible clients. So once you've figured out what you're going to include in your real estate bio and you've put it together, you might want to know how to use it as a tool. You can use it as a leave behind that you bring to any type of appointment, whether it be with potential buyers, sellers. You can even use it to introduce yourself to cooperating agents or other professional partners, other vendors you have in the field, whether it be attorneys or home inspectors, anyone that you would want to know a little bit about yourself and how you do business. The other necessity for your bio is to use it as a part of your online identity. According to the National Association of Realtors, 90% of home buyers start their search for a home online. So potential clients are definitely going to be searching for you online, and you want to have the control of what they find. So you should post your bio on your personal web page, and you should also make sure to update your Zillow profile, your Trulio profile, and your Realtor.com profile with the same information. You can use this same information because people are going to use all these different venues to find you, and even if they see the same information repeated, if they find you in a couple of different places, it still shows what you want to stress about, what you want them to know about you, and what it's like to work with you. So if anyone has any specific questions about what they should include in their bio or how they could potentially use it, I'm going to go ahead and unmute now so you can ask any questions you might like at this time.
All participants are unmuted.
Does anyone have any questions about creating the bio or where to find the worksheets to go ahead and put it together?
Yeah, where do we find the worksheet?
If you go to the hub and look under the skill development section, there's a section called how-tos right at the top there. And so the worksheet is the second page of the how to create a real estate bio. And like I said, that's meant to sort of spark your imagination and get you to start listing the things that you might want to include. Because when you sit down and you just go to write a paragraph about yourself, it can be very challenging. So the questions are there to help you spark some things that you might like to include in it. Now, the other thing that's listed there on the hub under that section, there's a Word document that's a very simple template that you could use for the hard copy of your bio, that you could use for a leave behind, that you could use as a part of your listing presentations, your buyer packages. So any place that you wanted to use an actual physical hard copy, there is a Word document there that you can just plug your information into. Okay, is there anything else that anyone wants to ask as far as using the bio or where to find the information? Okay, that was short and sweet. If anyone does want any other hints or wants me to provide them with examples of other bios that they could use, feel free to send me an email. Like I said, my email is astem@weidel.com, and I would be happy to work on this with any of you. I hope this was helpful. We didn't take a whole lot of time out of your busy afternoon, but I hope you'll all apply this, because once it's done, it's a great tool that you're going to use in so many facets of your business.
Thanks, Amanda.
All right, thanks a lot. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
All right.